One of the tactics revisionists often use is to remove Columbus from his historical context. And that is exactly what Grunge did throughout all their video. Columbus's eras were not his, but they were the eras of his times. During the times of Columbus, there were a lot of myths, but Columbus had the custom to go and seek what the truth was about them. One of the myths was that it was impossible to reach land by sailing west, but Columbus took 3 ships and proved the professionals of his times wrong. Another myth was the belief of mermaids and sirens. The reason why Columbus wrote that he saw 3 mermaids was to prove that they were just animals and not a mythical creature. Columbus did not believe the world was a gigantic boob. He did not go to Trinidad to possibly enslave their natives, as Grunge asserted. The reason why Columbus made his men play music and dance there was because the previous indigenous tribes he had met loved music and dancing, and it was a sign of friendship to them. Nevertheless, music and dancing to this tribe was a sign of war, which is why they shot arrows at Columbus's men. Columbus's men shot back, but without killing anyone. Then one of Columbus's pilots went to the natives' canoe and gave them some gifts that pleased them greatly, and the natives made signs that they would reciprocate by providing food for them. Then they left, which contradicts Grunge's implication that they left due to the battle. All this information is in the main source, The Life of the Admiral Christopher Columbus, in chapter 69. Among other things, Columbus did not start a reign of terror or devastation anywhere, and he was not alive 20 years after his discovery. Slavery, disease, and murder existed before Columbus everywhere in the world, and the indigenous peoples were killing and devastating one another long before the discovery. The purpose of Columbus's 4th voyage was not to find gold and the Garden of Eden, but to cruise down the coast of Paria in South America until he came to a strait he felt must be close to the area. Columbus was not a man of mystery, since everyone who knew Columbus knew he was from Genoa, Italy. Every source, document, and even Columbus himself said so. Those who think otherwise are not real historians but conspiracy theorists. Columbus was not necessarily thinking he would be alive for the apocalypse or the second coming of Christ. Rather, he believed his discoveries fulfilled biblical scripture, since the Bible predicted the gospel would reach far lands beyond the African coast, as told in the book of Isaiah. To read more about Grunge's eras and the corresponding corrections, click the link below the description of this video to read our blog, and don't forget to subscribe.